Hey, this is Joel with Midwest Hunting and Outdoors by Two Dumbasses. Thanks for watching the podcast. This is part 2, and in this part 2, we're going to talk about how we mesh the audio part with the video part using the software and how we get that good audio that you're used to hearing. So thanks for watching and stay with us.
Hi, this is Tim and Joel. Welcome to Midwest Hunting and Outdoors by Two Dumbasses,
a podcast about the outdoors, hunting,
and being a steward of the land.
Hey, if you like what these two dumbasses are doing, please hit the like button and subscribe today.
Okay, audio. We're going to talk about tips and tricks in a little bit, but I'll give you one right now. Audio is a super big thing when you get into podcasting. So you want to have, if possible, you want to have multiple sources of the same audio. And what do I mean by that? So I've got 2 cameras running right now for this podcast. Each camera has a mic on it, so there's 2 sources. And then we use, almost on every podcast, except if it's outdoors, a Zoom H6 audio recorder. And I'll include a picture of that. There's about a little bit over, we paid about $300 for it. It's more than that now. It's around $350, $370 on Amazon. You can get different models. We got the H6 that allows us to do up to 4 channels of audio recording because we felt there were going to be times when we would have up to 4 people on the podcast. If it's more than that, we would just have to share a mic or whatnot. So you can get into the H5 or the H4 and save a little money if you didn't want to go with four separate channels. Super nice unit, and we really like it. And it's been good to us. It's actually probably the best thing that we've done when we started our podcast. So Zoom H6 model is what we use. The other thing on audio is that we have done a couple Zoom calls now, and the audio and the video is obviously included with the Zoom call. So that's another source and an easy way to do the podcast on a Zoom call. Our second best investment, we feel, from a podcast standpoint, are the Samsung Q2U, and we purchased these on Amazon. They're I think we paid about $80 a piece for them. We got the stand and then the XLR cables, which is super important to plug into the recorder. I just looked before this podcast, and you get them for about $54 for the same setup: stand, the mic, the cover, and the XL cord for about $54 free delivery to your home. So that's a heck of a deal. We're happy with those mics. So up till now in this podcast, I've been using the Samsung Q2U mic, but let's switch over to the camera mic here, and I'll give you some audio from the camera mic. And it's okay to use the camera mic. Hopefully there's going to be a significant difference between the camera mic. It's further away than the mic that we're using back in front of me on the tabletop here. The other 2 mics that we don't use very much, we haven't had them very long, but I'm wearing them. Again, I'll give you some sample audio on these. Are lapel mics. So we bought these lapel mics as additional mics to use indoors, and then we thought we could use them outdoors if the wind was blowing and whatnot. So don't have a lot of experience with these yet. We've used them a couple times. They're dirt cheap, around $10 a piece, so you can't really go wrong on Amazon. I'll include the brand names and the link from Amazon on these, but again, they're about $10, and I'll include the audio. So the one closest to my heart here, is a Mosotech lavalier mic, and check out the audio on that. And then the one on the right here is a Vic Vsee lavalier mic, a lapel mic. And again, check the audio out on this. I think what you'll find is that these are super sensitive and they do a pretty good job of comparing back to the Samsung mic or the camera mic. Okay, when you get your mics in your room set up and you're doing your podcast, you're going to want either earbuds or headphones. I have these fairly inexpensive headphones. Again, I think I bought these on Amazon. I'll include it in the podcast description down below. I know we didn't pay much money for it, maybe $20 or $30 for them, but this allows you to hear everything that's going through the mic, so you can control your sensitivity of your mics while you're doing the podcast versus after the fact when you get into editing and you find that you got a hot mic or too low of a setting and you can't get enough volume out of it. So these headphones have saved our butt several times. I'd encourage you to do that at least at the beginning. I like to wear them during the podcast and get that way I can tell if there's external noise that's going on that the mics are picking up that we're not hearing when we're focused on the podcast. So headphones or some type of earbuds are going to be extremely helpful when you do your podcast. Okay, I think that's all the equipment. When we get this on SD cards and we're ready to start editing, the editing software we use is called Filmora. It's Wondershare Filmora 11, and there's a lot of editing software out there. I'm just familiar with this software, and it works really well. They're all pretty similar, but most of them will give you a free trial. That's what I would encourage you to do is, use the free trial to determine which one you want. The Filmora copy that I have is about $100, a little less than $100. You don't have to edit your software or buy editing software. Again, if you're going to upload into YouTube allows you to do some editing. It's limited. It's pretty limited. But, some basic editing within YouTube when you upload your videos if you're going to put them on YouTube. And then there's some, even some of the video cameras that you can purchase and cell phones and Apple software and yada, yada, yada. So, but Filmora is what we use. I'll include just some screenshots of Filmora so you get a good view of what it looks like, and I'm super happy with that. We also make an audio podcast out of some of our YouTube podcasts, and we use a free software package called Audacity, and I'll include that in the description down below with the link. It's a free download. It's super easy to use. It has a lot of features and a lot of functions, and it does a really good job and allows you to edit the audio part of it and add, subtract, clean it up, add effects, whatnot in the audio so you can get it uploaded into, we use Anchor, but you can upload it into, whatever you would like to do to get your audio presence out there. Thanks for listening or watching our show. We have some exciting topics and guests coming up.
We ask that you subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
We look forward to hearing your suggestions for topics,
Questions, and comments. This is Two Dumbasses signing off. Until next time,
be safe,
have fun, and get outdoors.